Alright guys, so we've got, I never ever intended to make this video, but I was cleaning out the garage the other day and found it, and thought this would be a fun little challenge kind of thing. Alright, so way back when I first came into the Air Force and was on Light Fighter a lot, Tactical Tailor put out their E&E pouch, which at the time the rumor going around was the SEER guys out of McCord had come up with this idea. Nobody knew what they wanted packaged in there, and it was kind of a running discussion, what is supposed to go in here. So again, this is 10 12 years ago, set this thing up, and I'm just going to run through what I had in it at the time, based on what I knew then, and I want to see what other people are using this thing for. If you've got a similar size kit, I'd like to know what you put in there, pros and cons, and you guys can absolutely sharpshoot the crap out of this thing, because again, it's 10 years old information, and clearly there are things that I could do better now. So let's talk about that. All right. So opening this thing up, you can see I've got it packed pretty full of stuff. I could probably fit a little bit more, and there are absolutely some things that I should change out and put better quality items, smaller items. Now that I've got a little bit more disposable income than when I was in E1, I could absolutely do that. So things that I need to change, let's talk about it. Right. So to start off with, I got a couple of chem lights in here. These are absolutely expired by this point in time. I don't know if they'd work, but I've got a couple visible ones, and then I've got 2 of the 4-inch IR chem lights. Right. I have a glow-in-the-dark little 1x1 patch here, and then an IR 1x1 patch. Right, so a couple different marking methods. Right. Looking at the top half of this pouch, I have a lighter that I have taped up here, so hopefully the button can't be depressed. And then based on the crew field I was in at the time, I thought I had to tie everything in here. So one of you AFU QA guys, come check out my bowline knots here. They're pretty alright, and my taping is per the TO. Right. A lot of this is based off the SRU 16P, the little parachute survival kit. I thought that thing was like the coolest thing when I was working in that realm, because it was the closest thing to an actual survival kit as far as I was concerned. All right, so we've got in this bag here, we've got a little Junior Phoenix IR strobe here, taped backwards on the battery, so that's not on. All right, all that's taped in. And then we've got some water procurement stuff here. All right, so we've got some a condom or 2, and then a little bottle of iodine here. All right, which I probably should change out if we're at that point in time. All right. This is a little bit of a rat's nest of cordage here, so I'm sure it'll be fun to repack. I've got a little whistle there. Got a box of matches for redundancy, some waterproof safety matches there, and a signal mirror, all right, taped up so I don't scratch that up, despite never unpacking this thing. Continuing on to the top here, this is absolutely something that I should have changed out. So it's not as bulky as the military compass, but this is definitely a huge compass. All right, so I've got an old large compass there. I don't remember who makes this one, but looking at the lettering, I think that's a Princeton Tech compass. All right, I think that's their style. We've got a little wire saw still in the package here. One of those little razor blade knives, taped up and tied in there. And then a couple large sandwich bags with the little twist tie on them. I don't remember the capacity of these, but they're pretty good size. They might hold a gallon of water. I can't remember for sure. And that's it on the top half. All right, moving down to the lower portion here, we've got some snare wire and needles on a little cardboard backer there that also has some fishing line and fish hooks. All right, I don't think I came up with this. I'm pretty sure this is straight out of the 16P. And then we've got 4 little, I assume these are tinder packs. If they don't start on fire, then they're probably bouillon cubes, but these look like tinder packs, all right? Bagged up so they stay dry. I would try fire before I tried soup, and then I'd know which way to go. Some official military tinfoil here, all right? Make a nice pot or something out of that. I assume it's creased enough that it's gonna have holes all over the place. And then some stuff, I think I salvaged these from MREs way back in the day, so who knows how rank this stuff is, but we've got some toilet paper in there, little towelettes, some flavor packs, and I think I powered it up with some bouillon cubes in there. Yeah, I can see some packets of bouillon. There's probably a little Cerulite pack in there too. Yep, and some cider, because everybody's gonna feel better with some hot cider, right? I have a survival blanket here, right? I don't know how big that gets, and if I unwrap it, it's never going to get this small again. It's not just a space blanket. It's got the green coating on the other side, so it's a little bit more resilient than a traditional space blanket. And that is it. I didn't put anything in the clear part because I didn't have anything pertinent at the time. But you can see, right, wrong, or indifferent, you can fit a pretty hardy amount of stuff in here, right? I'm not going to get a super cool exploded kit view here because there's just too much cordage. All right, so you can see I don't have any actual cordage in the kit as far as loose stuff goes, but based on what I was doing at the time, I would assume each length of that is 36 inches or so because that was the cool thing to do back then. And you can see I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 things tied in there. So, rough public math, 21 feet of cordage. It's a 100 pound line. So, a pretty decent amount of cordage, and you could probably do some good stuff with that. You could salvage one, make a buzzsaw for one of these things or something. So there it is. That's my my little tactical Tailor E&E pouch survival kit thing. Definitely some things to improve upon, some items that maybe don't need to be in there. I'm sure there's a smaller little morale packet that I could put in there. I could absolutely save some room with a different compass, and I probably wouldn't put matches. I'd probably change that out for a ferro rod or X-Tac thing or something. But there it is. I'm curious what you guys think about this, knowing that I haven't touched it in about 10 years, and what kind of kits you guys are setting up. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this was a fun one. Not something I ever planned on doing, but again, it was a nice small package that I could throw into my luggage and film on the road. So thanks, guys.